What is up, guys? This is Mr. Happy is Missing, bringing you another wireless battle. This is against one of my friends. So just to kind of get an update as I get this started, I recently entered a tournament by Design Arts. I was knocked out in the first round. You know, it just happens sometimes. I was put up against this amazing opponent, Flux Static, and he was able to take me out. I was able to catch him off guard a little bit with the tournament set, which I am using right here. But in the end, he was able to take me out without too much trouble, although I did surprise him quite a bit with my set. So I'm going to start out with Weatherman, and he's going to go ahead and Draco Meteor this Flygon. Now, my friend's going to send out a Tyranitar here, so he's going to get up a little bit of weather. I think he said he made a Sandstorm team or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the Rain Dance. Now, I don't think you've ever seen this on a Hydreigon, but that's why I named him Weatherman. He has some weather effects on him. So, after setting up the rain, I'm going to go ahead and take that payback. It's not going to do too much, it's not very effective, but it does a little more than I was expecting it to. So, being one of the only dragon types that can U-turn, I figured it would be nice to put it on, so I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and send out something that could put him up a little bit better. So, I send out my Dragonite here. He's going to go for the Curse, expecting the switch on his part, which he was a good call on. However, he is kind of fearing my Dragonite and what this Dragonite might hold, so he's going to go ahead and swap out. I predicted his swap out. I didn't know what to, so I just went with something that goes good in the rain, and I was going to go ahead and use a Thunder. Magnezone was a good switch on his part. It can easily take the Thunder without a issue at all. So that's going to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to go ahead and swap out to try to get a better advantage to a Kingdra. Expecting him to set up somehow and thinking that I would be able to take the advantage. I predict correctly once again, and he goes ahead and sets up the Substitute. So my Kingdra is not very well made, as Flux Static said, and I have to agree with him. It's not very well set up. I don't think you'll see why, but basically it's a special attack set, which it shouldn't be. And it's got Draco Meteor on it, and only special attack moves, so it's kind of in a foul position after the sub. But hey, it's what I use, so this is what I'm going to have to deal with. So I was able to set up the sub successfully while he goes for the Hidden Power, which does not break my sub. Then I go for the Surf, which does break his sub, and he goes for the Charge Beam, which will break his sub but waste his Electric Gem. So he is going to get a special attack boost here as my substitute phase. I'm going to get a little bit of lefty recoveries to bring me back to near full HP. And he is going to stay in, and I'm going to go ahead and surf him, knowing that it was able to take out his sub, so it should do a nice amount of damage. It was able to take out this Magnezone just fine. So it's going to get a little bit more lefty recoveries, and he is going to send out his Credily. Now, I haven't really faced one online. This was the first time since I started making videos anyway. And I know that these things are tanks, and these things are bitches to take care of. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch out of my Kingdra, and I'm going to go ahead and straight go for Weatherman. So he's going to use Energy Ball, which is increased in power with the Grass Gem, but I know Credily is not offensive at all. And luckily for me, I send out Weatherman right as the rain stops. So now I'm going to throw a little bit of a change up on him, and I'm going to go ahead and change the weather to Sunlight. So he's going to use Toxic to try to get some damage on Weatherman as time goes on, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out once more, knowing that a Draco Meteor is not going to do very much at all. And I'm going to go ahead and send out my Firefly, specially made for sunsets, although he does have Hurricane, just in case I have the rain up and I have to send this thing out. So he uses Toxic again. This time it hits the mark, and this will put Firefly in a kind of bad situation, because he's not only Toxic, he's also Life Orbed, and as he sends out his Tyranitar, Sandstorm goes up to counteract the sunny day, which is quite unfortunate for me, because I was going for the Overheat here, hoping for the double in power. So this Tyranitar is going to take this like it was nothing at all. And I'm going to get the -2 special attack, which is quite unfortunate for me. So I'm going to lose my Life Orb HP, I'm going to lose my Sandstorm HP, and then I'm going to lose some Toxic HP. So I'm going to go ahead and take Firefly out again, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to Kingdra to get the super effective moves off. He's going to go for the superpower, which I was not anticipating. So that's going to go ahead and take out my Kingdra, although it is going to drop Tyranitar's attack and defense. He gets a crit on it, but I don't think it matters considering the high attack of Tyranitar and the relatively low attack or defense I set for Kingdra. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Gengar, and I'm going to just finish the thing off with a quick energy ball without much issue. I get a crit, but that didn't matter at all, seeing that Gengar is very high special attack. So I'm going to get a little Sandstorm damage, and I'm going to recover that back with the Black Sludge. And now he's going to send out Rhyperior, which I thought was rather interesting, considering my Gengar is quick, is very high special attack, and it's got Energy Ball on it. So it's going to go ahead for the Energy Ball, and that's going to take him down to a really low HP. I was hoping it would take him out in one hit, but I guess it didn't matter, seeing that he was about to set up a sub. However, I was able to get him low enough to where the sub would not work. So, once again, I'm going to get everything back with my Black Sludge after the Sandstorm, and Rhyperior is going to get a little lefty recovery, so that it's going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead and use my HP Ice to take this thing out, just kind of showing off my moves a little bit. So Rhyperior goes down, and then once again Gengar is going to get hit by Sandstorm, but get the rest back through the Black Sludge. So out comes Cradily, and he's going to go ahead and use Protect, kind of to scout out, or just maybe to stall me a little bit. So I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice again, just to see how much it would do. I know these things are tanks, but I just want to see how much it would do, maybe for future reference, or maybe just to see if it comes down to Gengar what I can do. So I go ahead and go for the Hidden Power Ice, but it's not going to do anything at all. It's barely going to touch him. However, seeing that Cradily is not very offensive, it's going to go ahead and Energy Ball, and it's not going to do very much to my Gengar. However, it's a little bit more than my lefties can recover, or my Black Sludge, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my Gengar, seeing that it's not very effective, and I'm going to go ahead and send out my Breloom. So, expecting my switch out, seeing how bad it was, he's going to go ahead and use the Recover, which confirms that this thing is a stall set with Recover, Energy Ball, and Protect. So my Breloom with the Poison Heal, I'm sure you've all seen that one before. So it's going to get poisoned. So Cradili's going to use a Protect, and I correctly predict that, and I'm going to just go ahead and go straight for the Substitute. So seeing that it can't protect itself a second time in a row, or highly unlikely that it will, I'm going to go ahead and Spore this thing. I could have just well taken it out with a Focus Punch, or perhaps got it down with a Focus Punch. But I just wanted to make sure I had some time. So Breloom's going to take a little bit of HP damage, but I'm going to get some of it back with Poison Heal. So I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for the Focus Punch here. While Cradily stays asleep, thanks to the Spore. So it's going to be a Focus Punch. It's going to be super effective. It is going to take it out in one shot, just like I was expecting it to. So I'm going to take a little bit more Sandstorm damage, and I'm going to get the Poison Heal back. Now he's going to send out his Swampert. Now, unfortunately for me, this is not the Breloom that I have the Seed Bomb on, so I'm kind of not in a too good situation. So I just go ahead and pull the Spore just to create some extra time for myself. So while it's asleep, I'm going to, well, first get damage and then get the Poison Heal back. But then I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to Weatherman while it's asleep. I just wanted to kind of just see, like, how good some of my other pokes are. So I'm just kind of doing a little trial and error, seeing that this is his last Pokemon. So I'm just going to go straight for the Sunny Day. To weaken the water, shall he wake up and start using things like Surf and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out of Weatherman, and I'm going to send out Firefly again. So Swampert wakes up, but he uses Stealth Rock? Not a very good late game move. He says he was doing it just to, like, that's what he does whenever his poke's asleep. He just wants to wake it up, so he just presses a random move. Unfortunately, Stealth Rock is going to do absolutely nothing. So this Volcarona is equipped with Solar Beam to counter the water ground types. So I'm able to just put up a Solar Beam. I'm able to get it off in one turn thanks to the Sunny Day, and I'm able to take out the Swampert in a one-hit shot. And that's the end of the battle. So just another update, Gengar's Galaxy is now under new management. So I already submitted a video and see how that works. If it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna, once again, stick to this channel. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. This is Mr. Happy with Missing, and I will see you next video.